Hi David, I'm Jim Siemens, AF6PU, owner of Elk Antennas, and yeah, we have a great line of UHF and VHF antennas. We have a dual band 2-meter 440, and it comes in the plain aluminum here, or we powder coated in black. We also have a 220 megahertz and a 440 megahertz antenna. They're really super. But they're log periodic antennas, and the neat thing about them is that they offer, pretty decent gain over the whole band that we cover. And they're small, they're portable. The booms are only 2 foot long, so if you're in an MCOM situation, you can set them up and erect them and operate straight away. You can set them up at your QTH and just leave them there forever. Or, you could take them out and go fox hunting, or play with the birds and look at those satellites and that kind of thing. And I was telling you about a buddy of mine. He goes to Hawaii several times a year, and what he likes to do in Hawaii is he's kind of a lazy satellite operator. What he'll do is he'll just set it up on his little lanai with a little camera tripod, and he just points it right at the horizon towards the U.S., the mainland U.S., and he knows that he's just pointing out, hopefully somewhere over the United States, and and he can talk to Texas and what have you, just way out there. There's no mountains or anything in the way to get in the way of him playing with the birds, and he has just an absolutely great time and makes loads and loads of contacts. He just has to wait for the right birds to fly over at the right time. A couple of features about a log periodic antenna is that in these dual band models, there's no duplexer required. They cover both bands simultaneously, and they cover the entire bands. The way that they're kind of designed, maybe I can pull one up here so you can see kind of the theory behind a log periodic. It's actually a series of dipole antennas. In this case, this 5-element antenna has 5 dipole antennas, and one is really driven, one is the ground plane, and then they alternate back and forth between the 2 booms that we have here. Every log periodic antenna works that way. It's very broadbanded, and I could cover 2 meters all the way through 440 or as wide as I wanted to, but I would give up some gain. So what we chose to do is make a really good 2-meter antenna and then add the 440 band, and that allows us to keep the gain quite high and make it really usable, especially for fox hunting and satellite work. It's just automatic for satellite work, but it's just a great all-around antenna that any ham ought to consider using. They're just over a pound, and they come with a handy carrying case. You could have this attached right here to your HT, and you could operate vertically or horizontally. Come with a handle, everything you see here, and you can add your own piece of 1-inch PVC, or you can mount it on a tripod, a camera tripod, or a buddy pole tripod. Works absolutely fantastically. You can or add a nice piece of fiberglass to hold it up, and it'll just last forever. They're really durable. Kind of a neat feature is that it's really easy. If you're going to set it up, depending on your QTH or maybe your MCOM situation or your public service event maybe you're working, is that you can change the polarity. So if you're going to be talking to a repeater, you can vertically polarize it. But if you're just going to be talking simplex, or you're going to go into a single sideband contest, which a whole lot of people do, then you can just horizontally polarize it, and it will work just fantastically well. And so that's a neat feature. With some other types of antennas, that's really not a possibility. You can't do that. Absolutely, they can contact us at our website. Is probably the best way, is www.elkantennas, ELKANTENNAS.com.